Hi my darlings, I'm Sophie Darling and welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to episode 57 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and we're so close to the end and I'm just not ready for it because I think we're gonna have some character deaths. I was already getting really emotional in the last episode when I thought we were gonna lose some characters, but I am very scared because I think the closer we get, the more I think we're gonna see Hohenheim die, and I'm not ready for it. I don't want it to happen, but I think Hohenheim is 100% going to die, and it's going to be part of his sacrifice to ensure that the father doesn't complete his goal, but also to be reunited with his wife, because all he's ever wanted is to find a way to die naturally and not to be immortal. So I think in his mind, this is part of his mission, is to erase himself of immortality and embrace death, because in embracing death he can help transform the world and give something back to his boys after being gone for so long. But I'm not ready for it. And then Bradley's shown up again and he's killing everyone and he's just merciless. But we have Lanfan's granddad showing up with greed to try and take him down. I don't quite know how well that's going to go. Even though he's only got the daggers now, he's still not somebody that I would want to meet in open combat. But I wonder if we're going to see the father in Hohenheim again, because obviously we've now seen the adapted form of the father, which is creepy as fuck. We haven't seen Mustang and Ed and Scar in like 2 episodes, so maybe we'll get glimpses into them, but we're on episode 57, so we've 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, like 7 episodes left. And I think I'm gonna start getting really emotional in these episodes because I know it's coming to an end, but also the fact that it's going to be hard hitting. I think we're gonna see some big character deaths. I think if anything happens to Armstrong, I'm gonna be absolutely furious. I'm already furious at the idea of losing Hohenheim, but I think it's kind of inevitable at this point. There's too much foreshadowing and hinting, but without further ado, let's get into episode 57, and I'm scared. So this is Lanfan, because she was going looking for greed. I don't want Lanfan to lose her granddad. Oh! That's horrifying. No, that is death. That's not what they want. Ooh, with her slipper and everything. Just like, you know the truth. Alchemists is supposed to be for the people. That's not for the people. That's for selfish reasons.
信じられもしない上官に付き従っていても、それは忠誠とは言わん。ただの自己欺瞞だ。
Make your own decisions. Stop being complicit in things that you don't believe in. Go Azumi. Hit him again with the slipper. Do it.
町に家族がいるんだ。俺もだ。自分もです。
Fight for them. They're like, this isn't what we signed up for.
准将殿、これが我々の答えです。そこは中央兵に囲まれている可能性が高いですね。
わかった。そっちも危険が迫ったら逃げろ。私のことは捨てていけ。
Oh, please don't die.
さて、 再びここは敵だらけになった。中央兵が隊を整えて
I'm so scared that we might lose Olivier.
となると、
ある程度降りたら来た時みたいに脱出用の横穴を掘るわ。
脱出。
一緒にどう？あなたたちも一旦体勢を立て直した方がいいでしょ。
I don't think she's gonna abandon her men here or risk the doors being opened.
嫌な予感ってやつだよ。でひどくやられた古傷がうずくっつうか。
I'm so nervous.
おやおや、こんなところにギャラリーが来るとは緊張してしまうね。へえ。キング・ブラッドレイを作った男といったところかな。
Why are you here? I was gonna say, like, he looked familiar.
エマが省けて助かるよ、マスタング君。お前たち少し相手をしてやりなさい。
These were others that were potentially gonna take Bradley's place, right?
キング・ブラッドレイになっていたかもしれない男たちだよ。
生まれてすぐに集められ大総統になる。ただそれだけのために。
It's so tragic that this is what their life has become.
ではこの者たちは
余り物だよ。
The leftovers, as if they weren't made to suffer.
キング・ブラッドレイほどではないが強いぞ。
And you what? Kept them trapped down here for all their lives? They were just babies that you stole from their families and groomed into becoming these husks.
いかん、気絶しておったわ。抜くとかえって失血死するか。
He's ridiculously strong.
わざとではありまないわい。
It's like I didn't mean it. Oh god, I'm so scared for him.
やはりこういう獲物の方がしっくりくる。
Oh my god.
私より年寄りなのによく動いたものだ。だがこれで終わりだ。
No, Lamfan. No. I thought maybe Lamfan would show up. Link, he's not gonna let it happen to him. He's not gonna let him die.
前に腕を切り落とした女の時と同じだな。
I'm
ま
so
たそう
scared.
して捨てられない者のために己の命を危険にさらす。若、この戦いの老いぼれなど
No, he's not going to. You're not
王は民の
disposable.
ためにあるもの。民なくして王はありえない。あいつは自分の国の民をも見捨てようとしている。あれは俺の目指しているものとは違う。
That's what I said earlier. They're supposed to be for the people and they're not. My god, that's so much blood.
そうですな。休みを。
No, he's gonna die.
降下しろグリード。若の体を守れ。若。
He said I'll go to my rest now.
その老いぼれはここで永遠の痛まをちょうだいと。
Oh.
地獄へ付き合ってもらうぞ。ブラッドレイ。
What the fuck? At least let him have that. That's bullshit.
この命かけても傷一つつけられぬというのか。
Oh, just let him have that.
たとえ神のごとき目を持っていようとも見えないところからの攻撃は防ぎようがない。小さん、地獄への道行き。
やってやるぜ。おお、かたじけ。
Oh, this is so sad. What icons? I'm not happy. Have they crashed again?
溝にはまるわ。街灯に激突するわ。
How can they give us like
うるさい
a humorous moment after giving us like a really tragic scene? What the fuck? The juxtaposition. I can't cope.
こいつら人間離れしてるにょほどがあんだろうが
Oh, please. I'm so scared we're gonna lose one of these guys too. I can't. He's like, is she shooting me? Oh, he has your back. What's he up to?
錬金術の禁忌とされる人体錬成。それを試みた術師は真理の扉を開くことになる。それ相応の通行料を払ってね。けどそこまでして分かったのは結局人体錬成なんて成功しないってことだった。
その真理の扉とやらを開けた人間こそキャスラの言う人柱。
その真理の扉を開けてまで自分の肉体を犠牲にしてまで再会したかった相手があなた方にいた。
A baby.
どんな代償を払ってでももう一度会いたいと思える人。
それこそ軍人には無縁の話。死なせないために戦うのみです。少し分かったような気もする。エドワード・エルリック。
She really respects
知ってい
Azumi.
ることを何もかも話せと脅しましたが、あの少年は幼馴染を人質に取られていることを決して口にしなかった。あの目は我々軍人のそれとも、ましてや軍の犬と呼ばれる錬金
Because
術
he's
師の
never
それ
been
と
a
も
dog
違った
of the military. That's not why he joins.
これ以上何があっても大切なものを失うまいとする
聞き分けのない子供の目。
あの
He
まっすぐな
always
目に
has
心
been
動かされなかっ
difficult.
たと言えば嘘になる。
Hard not
しか
to
し
be after
その
everything
愚
he's
直なま
gone
での
through.
思いが果たしてこの戦いで活路を開くのか、あるいはあだとなるか。
これでよし。
What is he
そろ
doing?
そろ始めようか。
Is he gonna sacrifice them? Like, what is he doing? He is, isn't
行
he?
くよー。このセントラルに大総統府直轄の錬金術研究所がいくつあるか知っているかね。
第五研究所5カ所、5つの頂点を持つ錬成時。まさかあのカーブした地下通路、
It's
研
linked.
究所をつなぐ円を描いてい
Yeah.
たというの。
Oh, what the fuck is starting now?
どうしたのハインケルさん。
His animal instinct is kicking in.
ではここでお別れだ。我々はまだここに残って戦わねばならん。
She's a soldier
こ
to
こ
the
から
end.
先こそがおそらく敵の中枢。みすみす九州の好機を逃すわけにはいきませんのでな。
They're doing this for the people.
いろいろ世話になった。
Oh,
ありがとう、泉カーティス。
こちらこそアームストロング将軍。
oh fuck! It It didn't matter where they were. I thought they all had to be together, but no. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't realize he was actually just opening the door. I, for some reason, thought that they all had to be together for this to, like, happen, but no. It's planned in such a way that it doesn't matter where they are, as long as they're within the proximity of it, it can happen. They can be sacrificed. That means Hohenheim, but we didn't see Hohenheim, which is odd. Why did they choose not to show Hohenheim? That's a strange one. That's peculiar. What are they hiding? Because they showed Izumi, Al, and Ed, but not Hohenheim. So why not Hohenheim? But I imagine it must be working because obviously their bodies have been broken down. Holy shit. And then we lost two absolute icons in the fact that he knew he was going to die. He said, if I pull this sword out, I'm going to bleed to death. But it didn't matter because it was the opportunity to try and take down Bradley, and they were both willing to sacrifice their lives in the process. But Lanfan had to watch her granddad die before her eyes, and the fact that he was willing to, like, run at him with those, like, dynamite strapped to him to take him out, and then he couldn't even have that pissed me off so goddamn much. But he was still taken by surprise, and now Ling is furious, going all out, and I think Lanfan is going to be just as angry and pissed off because she's just lost her granddad to the very man that was the reason for why she lost her arm, and the tragedy of the fact that you have these leftovers from them grooming these children to become the Führer, that they just didn't allow them to even live a normal life. They just kept them trapped here. But then you also have to question, like, how much of a normal life could they really have led? Because this is all they've ever known. They were taken from their family. They don't have a family anymore. But it's just the fact that they just kept them trapped here and didn't give them any semblance of normalcy or a life. They just were like, yeah, you're of no use to us, so we're going to treat you like absolute shit. That breaks my heart because they were just kids. They didn't ask for this. They were forced into this situation. But my biggest question is like, how did they acquire these children? Did they just kidnap them? Like, what was the process? But I hate this idea that, you know, you sacrifice the general population and it unites the world in war because everyone will be reborn. They'll be reborn through us chosen few. That's not rebirth. They've died for what? They've died so that a few can rule and gain power and strength. They're not dying for a purpose, not being sacrificed for a noble cause. They're also not choosing to sacrifice themselves. It's a massacre. It's genocide. It's disgusting. It's rooted back to this idea time and time again that alchemy is supposed to be for the people, the military is supposed to be for the people, but that ideology has become corrupted and co-opted by the father and by the Führer that's been put in charge to rule. So this idea of sacrifice and defending those in need and helping those in need has now become about serving the few and sacrificing the many in order to get that. Human life has become devalued insofar as only the strong are seen as worthy or beneficial, and the military are no longer doing what they initially signed up to do, and alchemists are also not doing the same thing, which is why Reese's dad was so harsh with Roy about wanting to join the military because he's like, alchemy is being weaponized, it's being misused. You're going to become a dog of the military where you just obey loyally and do whatever they tell you, when your alchemy is supposed to be for the people, it's supposed to be helping those in need and benefiting those in need. But instead, you're going to allow the military to weaponize you, your alchemy, for the destruction of humanity, for war, for violence, which is why alchemists joining the military is such like a frowned upon thing. And this recollection of how Ed isn't a dog in the military is because he's never been that way. He didn't join for the purpose of obeying loyally. He joined insofar as it served his aim to get his body back and his brother's body back. He only joined because he needed the information that they provided in order to get his body back. He used the military for his benefit rather than the military using him for theirs, especially because he's so hell-bent on this idea of never taking a human life, of never killing another person, and that fundamentally already sets him apart from other alchemists in the military that were involved in Ishval and have contributed to mass exterminations of those countries around theirs that have been involved in bloodshed and conflict. And Ed point blank refuses to partake in that. He doesn't want to be connected to it, doesn't want to be associated with it, because that's not who he fundamentally is. And he doesn't care if the military command him to do it. He's going to refuse. And he has refused. He's basically told Roy right at the very beginning of Fullmetal Alchemist, I am a human, when he was essentially told that, you know, at some point he is going to have to kill someone. He's like, no, because I am a human. I am a person. I don't want to do that. He's not cold and callous and turned off his emotions. He doesn't want to harm others. And Al is very much the same way. And this is the generation that is going to change the world. This is the generation that's going to overcome this great evil and is going to make sure that the future generations never have to go through this, that any kids that they may have in the future never have to suffer what they suffered. It's just so incredibly sad that I think we'll lose Hohenheim. And then we have the selfless sacrifice of Buccaneer and Fu, who are thinking about others rather than themselves. Again, it's about ensuring that they can save others because he's such a threat that he needs to be taken out of the picture, and they need to keep those gates closed, and they're willing to risk it all. And you almost have to wonder if, when Olivier's talking about how she can't really understand where Izumi's coming from because there isn't really anything that she would sacrifice to see someone again, because death is part of being a soldier, it's part of life, that she accepts that this is what they've signed up for. You kind of wonder if maybe she'd feel differently if she knew Buccaneer was dead. But the counter to that is, again, Olivier says that they are soldiers and death is part of this process, and Buccaneer died for a noble purpose. He sacrificed himself for something bigger than himself. And I think Olivier would be content with that, that she wouldn't risk this notion of sacrifice to bring him back, because it would just devalue what he died for, what he sacrificed himself for. Whereas Izumi, her child never had a chance to live, never had a chance to be. And the pain and loss that comes from losing a child is not something that I can even begin to fathom, especially when Izumi has grown this baby, has given birth to this child, only to lose them. And that intense pain is what drove her to commit the ultimate sin, much in the same way that Ed and Al lost their mother, and the pain of that drove them to do the same thing. It's that intense connection and love for something more than yourself that you're willing to take that risk, because the idea of continuing life without them seems unfathomable, seems impossible. Olivier can't relate to that because she's never had that emotional attachment in the same way that Azumi has to her child and Ed and Al have to their mother. They lost a parent and she lost a child. And because their lives were seen as innocent, as not deserving of death, of course they're going to want to do what they can to bring them back. So you can completely understand where they're coming from. And Olivier understands it. She just doesn't relate to it because, again, she's a soldier, she has a purpose. Everyone she knows that has died have served their purpose, have died for a reason. But Azumi's child and Trisha's deaths weren't seen as having died for a purpose. It was seen as not something that could be fathomed or understood, almost as an injustice, that they didn't deserve it and therefore they would do anything that they could, even risking themselves in the process, to ensure that they could bring them back because they deserved a chance to live. But it just always ties back to this almost act of selfless love. It's the fact that she feels that emotional connection with Ed because she can understand that desire to not want to lose anyone else, because it forms part of her understanding. She says that there's no point forming emotional attachments to those that are already dead. The purpose is to keep fighting to prevent further deaths. And Ed's actions are very similar in that everything he does is to prevent the loss of those that he cares and loves for, which is Winry and Al. He doesn't want to risk losing anyone else like he lost his mother, because he knows that what's dead is dead. He can't bring them back. So she can connect with him on that level. I'm not prepared, I think, for the next couple of episodes, because this was incredibly devastating. And Boo and Buccaneer weren't even like central characters, they were more side characters, and it was still absolutely gutting, especially Let Me Descend into Hell with You, Old Man, because they both knew they were going to die and they were willing to risk it all if it meant bringing Bradley down and saving those that they care for and admire. Oh, it was such a selfless act and it broke my heart, especially because Lanfan had to witness it, and then Lings had to witness the loss of Fu, and then Olivier's gonna find out that Buccaneer's dead, and I'm not ready for it. And then that also means we're probably gonna lose even more characters in the upcoming episodes, and I'm not ready for it. If we lose Ed or Al, I'm gonna fucking quit the show. I'm not gonna finish it. If we lose Ed or Al, I'm not watching the rest of Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm telling you that now. If one of them doesn't come back from this fucking door of truth, if one of them has to stay behind, I'm done. I'm out. Like, I swear to God. But I think that's all I want to say for now. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. Until next episode, bye.